Yeah, hello, my name is Thomas Boermans. I'm heading the Foresight activities at E.ON and working in the energy industry since around 20 years. Yeah, I would say it's tremendously important. It's more or less the job to do. It's not that it's somehow part of the activities or so, but in the end, this is the main job, let's say, to manage this transition to a sustainable energy system. And that's what we're up for. The key drivers in the end is that there's societal agreement that we need to get there, and that includes the energy sector. And with that, the framework is given. And then at the same time, of course, we need to manage a lot of expectations, those of the governments, those of the clients. But the clients are the voters in the end. So it's not that they're all these separate entities, but in the end, it's a societal aim that we need to chase. A lot of activities are happening there where we have green electricity managed in our grids. We have projects around efficiency in industry that a lot of people don't know. They might think we are only selling electricity. We are in electric charging and so on. But there's also a way to go. We're not ready, and that's also why we have ourselves a target for our own operations and for the stuff we do for our clients. So we're not there yet, but let's say we're fully committed to go down this road. I would think the biggest obstacles is the change that we need to manage. It's not that the new system that we would look for, that we would want, that it would be impossible today to imagine how it would be set up, the components or so. I mean, there's a lot still to learn and to research, but basically we know how to build a system. The question is, how do we get there? Because energy infrastructure is something which is around us everywhere. So whenever I change that, I need to agree with people that are involved. We need to agree where are the wires, let's say, where's the grids. There's a lot of processes in it, and they need to be discussed well, but we also need speed. And I think that's the main obstacle and challenge we have. Well, normally, if you want to do something which looks complex, you make a plan, and then you execute the plan, and whenever you see things are going wrong, you adapt. Now, that sounds easy, and basically it is, but to agree on a plan where so many stakeholders are in, that is really the key point. And I think it needs also a sense of urgency. And we've seen developments in the last years around digital, around fighting the COVID pandemic and so on, where we did see that urgency can speed up things. And that's also something which makes me quite optimistic when we see that urgency is really raising, that we can achieve a lot of things. But then we really need to be working dedicated on that. Surprising to me is, again, let's say you normally have these buzzwords like, we see industry convergence and we need to work together. And then I was there on the panel with people from the digital side, with people from automotive industry. And I was thinking, okay, what do we do with them? And we actually do a lot. We need digital tools to get the system up and running, to plan ahead. Stuff like digital twins, for example, are enormously cool things to speed up planning processes because it's much more clear what you're up to. On the other hand, things like mobility is nowadays in the energy industry with the plans and activities around electric charging is more or less our home turf now, and it wasn't at all years ago. So it's not that I didn't expect that, but it's so clear if you run into it, and that's something that I could also see here today. Yeah, as said in the panel, I think it's not an either or that we have the green growth or to shift down or so. I think it's more that we need to shift from one thing to the other, and all kind of shifts we need. So business, which is now vibrant in parts that we don't want and cannot afford in the future, like involving a lot of fossil fuels, needs to shift to another model. But that doesn't mean, let's say, that the activities need to go down. But also to be clear, it's not around a bit of efficiency, 10% here, and it's not about replacing a little share of something, but it's really massive changes. But I'm sure that we can do, and we should also rather think in shifts rather than giving up on things.